Salesforce was started in 1999. So founder was the Mark Benioff. Okay, he's the founder for the Salesforce. Could you please mute yourself? Some I am getting some voice from back end. If you have any questions, let me know. Please unmute and ask me. So Salesforce was started in 1999. So like he's the CEO and he's the founder of the Salesforce CRM technology. Okay. So when started the Salesforce in 1999, okay, Salesforce CRM. So that time Salesforce is having only CRM functionality. So generally, what is the CRM functionality? Like CRM means what is the CRM? Customer relationship management, right? So what are the things will come under the customer relationship management? What are the things will come under the customer relationship management means? So not only Salesforce CRM, if you take any CRM, so these concepts are common. Okay, so generally CRM means we'll have products, correct? We have a price book. So we have price book. So we need to do some campaign, and we need to generate some leads, and we need to generate some once we lead is interested, we will convert that leads like a contact. Okay, contact is a single customer, individual customer, account, so business customer, opportunity. So like business, how many they are want to take products and all those things, everything will contain the opportunity. Okay, so then we'll have some quotation. Okay, then we have some order. Sorry, before that we'll make some contract, right? Then we have some order and all those things. So this is the CRM functionality. If you take anything, any CRM functionality, so this is the standard functionality. Okay, not only Salesforce. If you take any Oracle CRM, Workday system, these are the objects common. Okay, these objects are common. But why customer choosing Salesforce CRM means, okay, so all the CRMs for providing same functionality, but customers why choosing they are choosing Salesforce means Salesforce is a, okay, Salesforce is a like a cloud based technology. First thing is Salesforce is cloud based technology. What is the cloud? Anyone have idea? What is the cloud? Okay, so generally cloud means, okay, cloud means everything will taken care by the company itself. Okay, so for example, if you take any Microsoft application or SAP application, what we need to do? First we need to purchase license, then we need to install application, then we need to use some hardware or storage devices. So everything we need to take care, everything we need to take care by the individual persons. But cloud means everything take care by the company. Okay, everything will take care by the company. If so generally what will come under cloud means if any application will work on internet, okay, just we don't need any other things, we don't need software, so we don't need any hardware storage devices. If we have internet, okay, if we have internet, then we will work on that application. So that is nothing but a cloud. Everything will take care by the company. Clear what I'm saying or any doubts? Cloud means everything will take care by the company. We will develop application in the internet only. We don't need to install any software. We don't need to purchase any hardware. We don't need to purchase any storage devices, anything. Okay. If we have internet, that's it. If we have internet, we can implement any application. Okay. So Salesforce is a cloud-based technology. So that's the reason. So many clients are now they are moving to the Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce. Okay, and what is the cloud means? So just now we discussed, right? You will develop everything in the like so if we will develop application everything in the internet only. We don't need softwares, we don't need to install, we don't need hardware, everything we don't need. Okay, generally okay, in the cloud we have three types of components available, three parts available. First one is SaaS. Okay, second one is PaaS, and third one is IaaS. Okay, what is a SaaS? SaaS means software as a service. What is software as a service? Okay, what is the meaning of software as a service? Anyone? What is SaaS, software as a service means? So already application developed by the company. Okay, already application is developed by the company. Just we need to use that application. Okay, already application is developed by the company. Application is developed by the company. Just we need to use that application. Just we need to download or we need to log in and we need to use this. Example. So Gmail. For Gmail, you need to write any code? No need, right? Facebook, no need, right? LinkedIn, and any site. For example, if you take Google Drive, etc., etc. So those are already developed applications. Okay, you don't need to write any code. Once you log into the Gmail, you don't need to write any like web technology code, anything. Already the applications are developed by the company. Just we need to log in, we need to use that applications. Okay, software as a service means just we need to log in that application, we need to use it. We don't need to write any code, we don't need to do any customization, we don't need to do any even thing like a point and click. Everything will take care by the company. Our application is developed by the company, just we need to use that application. That is nothing but a software as a service. Okay. Okay, software as service means already application is developed by the company, just we need to use that application. Everyone clear, or any confusion regarding software as service? So Salesforce CRM is the example for the software as service. Clear, or any doubts on the SaaS? Anyone? Like Sunita or Junaid, Padma, anyone have any doubts? What is the SaaS? What is the cloud? Are clear?
Yeah, we are clear.
Okay, okay. So please reply me so that I can understand you are following me or not. Okay. So software as service means, so that is just application developed by the company. Just we need to log in and we need to use that application. Okay. In the Salesforce, okay, what in the Salesforce, what is the example for the SaaS means? Salesforce CRM application. Okay, Salesforce CRM application is a will come under the SaaS. SaaS means software as a service. Okay, so whatever we discussed just now, these are like products, price, and all these objects are provided by the company. Okay, Salesforce is providing these objects, and Salesforce is providing some applications like sales application, service application, okay, like marketing application. So these are the some standard apps. Okay, whatever the Salesforce is providing, those are nothing but a standard functionality. Standard functionality, standard application, standard objects. Okay, these are the standard applications. In this application, which objects we will use? What is will come under sales? Sales is nothing but a contact, account, opportunity, and all those things. Service means like case and solutions. Okay, knowledge articles. So these will come under the service application. Clear? And what is the marketing? Marketing means what we need to do in the marketing. Which objects will come under marketing? Product, price book, campaign, lead. So these all are come under the like marketing application. So whatever is Salesforce is providing the applications, objects, those are nothing but a standard application, standard objects. Whatever the fields is there in that object, those are nothing but the standard fields. So that's why these application and Salesforce CRM is like a example for the SaaS. Okay, even they will ask you in the interview, what is the difference between the SaaS and PaaS? What will come under the SaaS? What will come under the PaaS in the Salesforce? Okay, in this time you need to answer. SaaS means, okay, SaaS is nothing but a in the Salesforce CRM is nothing but an example for the SaaS. Why Salesforce CRM will come under the SaaS means already those applications provided by the Salesforce only. Just we need to use based on the requirement. Okay, Salesforce CRM application is provided by the company itself. Like they are providing some standard application. So just based on our requirement, we need to open that application. We need to open that objects. We need to fill the data and we need to use it. Okay, so these are the, like come under the SaaS. Clear? Then what is the PaaS? What is the PaaS?
Platform as service.
Exactly. Platform as a service. So this is completely opposite to the SaaS. Okay. So here we will use the applications already developed by the some company or some persons. But PaaS means here we will develop the applications based on the client requirement. We will develop the applications. See, for example, Google search engine. Using Google engine, they will develop some applications. Example. Okay. So like that in the Salesforce, if you want to develop any application, okay, if you want to develop any application, we will use a force.com. Okay, so if anyone asks you like interview question, what is the difference between SaaS and PaaS? SaaS is nothing but a Salesforce CRM application. PaaS means Force.com. Force.com means we will develop our own custom application based on the client requirement. Clear? So PaaS means platform as a service. Here we will develop the application. SaaS means already developed application, we will use that applications. That is a simple definition. Okay. PaaS means we will develop the application. SaaS means already developed applications is there, just we need to use that application. Okay. Now Salesforce CRM is Salesforce CRM will come under SaaS. Force.com will come under PaaS. Okay. So for example, take any example. We'll take one example. So example, I will take one hospital application. Okay. We'll take Rainbow Hospital. Okay. So generally, what will come under what are the properties for the hospital? What will come under like what are the properties? See, for example, if you take sales means nothing but like a contact, account, opportunity. The objects will come, right? So similarly, what will come under the hospital application?
Patient registration.
Exactly, patients, registrations, and what like doctors,
Yes.
locations, branches,
Patient.
so etc. So these are nothing but a custom applications, right? So these are we need to implement. So Rainbow Hospital, they need to use Salesforce application. So for that, based on their requirement, we need to develop applications. Okay. So these apps are nothing but a standard apps. Okay, whatever Salesforce is providing, those are nothing but a standard apps, and these objects is called as a standard objects. Okay. Similarly, in the Force.com, what we will do? So based on the client requirement, we'll develop applications. We'll create new applications. Those are nothing but a custom apps.
Maps and cost.
Custom apps and a custom objects. And like in the objects, we need to create again fields, right? So those are nothing but a custom fields. So in the standard apps, which fields will have? We'll have standard fields. Okay, so this is the difference between the SaaS and PaaS. Okay, this is important interview question also. They will ask you what will come under SaaS, what will come under the PaaS. Okay, using Force.com, we will develop any application based on the client requirement. We will we create new applications, we'll create new VA pages. If you want to do any custom thing, we will use the Force.com application. Okay, Force.com we will use. So then what is the IaaS?
Infrastructure as
Infrastructure as a service. So infrastructure as a service means generally if you take like SAP and some other Oracle applications, we need to install that application, and if you want to store some data, we need to use some other storage devices, right? So infrastructure as a service means like hardware, storage devices, and all those things will come under this. Hardwares, like storage devices, okay, storages, and servers. So nothing but here, nothing but like some servers. These are come under the infrastructure. Okay, so in the Salesforce, infrastructure as a service will take care of the Salesforce company. We don't need to take about. We don't need to bother about that. Okay, once we buy the Salesforce license, based on that, we will get the applications limitations, and servers and everything will take care by the company. Okay, we don't need to buy again separate servers. We don't need to buy separate license each for. So just single license will get all these things. Clear, right? What is the SaaS, PaaS, IaaS? Any doubts on any doubts here? Anyone for this in these three? So generally, cloud means what is the cloud means? We don't need to work on the like our normal browser. So just if we have internet, okay, if we have internet, that's it. We can open our application anywhere. We can work on that application. So that is nothing but if internet is there, our application will work. That's it. We don't need to buy any install. We don't need to install anything. We don't need to buy any adverts. Nothing. Everything will take care by the cloud. Cloud means Salesforce will take care here. Clear, right? Anyone have any doubts? So that's why. So for example, just you can observe here. In the Oracle or in other application or Zoho CRM, if you want to implement like custom applications, there is we cannot develop that applications because that is those are like stand functionality only. They will provide only CRM functionality. But in the Salesforce, we will develop any type of application. Okay, in the Salesforce, we will develop any type of application, only not only stand CRM functionality. We will develop hospital management, school management, e-commerce. Okay, any type of application will develop in the Salesforce. So that's the reason now everyone is moving to the Salesforce technology, Salesforce CRM technology, and Salesforce is the number one CRM in the market. Okay, that is not that is so that's the reason we have so many openings and so many demand and so much of demand for the Salesforce. Okay, so this is all about the Salesforce and its cloud things. And one more thing is Salesforce is like a multi-tenant architecture. Anyone knows about multi-tenant architecture? What is the meaning and what is the definition for the multi-tenant architecture?
So it supports many kinds of applications and platforms. Is it?
Mm, exactly. Single environment. Okay, single server can share to the multiple customers. Okay, single server can share to the multiple customers. Then that is nothing but a multi-tenant architecture. Salesforce will have only one server. They will share that server to the multiple customers based on their requirement. See, for example, we'll take any HDFC Bank application, net banking application. Okay, so everyone can install same application. Okay, everyone can install same application, but I will use if you want to log in, I want to log in. I will use my credentials. Okay, some if other one want to log in in the application, they will use their credentials. But there also we can perform same actions, like we can send money, we can check online statement, we can generate online statement, we can check everything. Correct. So this is nothing but like a multi-tenant architecture. We have only one HDFC Bank server, but everyone will connect to the same server. everyone can do Everyone can do their transactions. Okay, single server, for example, single entity can be shared to the multiple customers or multiple resources. That is nothing but a multi-tenant architecture concept. Okay, if you are sharing single resource to the multiple customer, single resource to the multiple customer is nothing but a multi-tenant architecture. Take HDFC Bank, and if you take any some more, so many things are there. HDFC Bank, like a Salesforce, some things like they will provide only single server based on the client requirement. They will give everything, server and all those things, details and everything. Clear, right? What is the multi-tenant architecture? Any doubt? See, for example, here we'll see diagram. Single database can share to the multiple customers. So this is nothing but a multi-tenant architecture. Clear?
Yes.
And Salesforce CRM, right? We discussed already about Salesforce CRM, like sales application, marketing application, service application, and all those things. Okay. So CRM means Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. These will come under. Custom apps means, so just now we discussed it, right? Rainbow Hospital application, school management application, e-commerce application, anything that will come under the custom applications. Then what is the App Exchange? What is the App Exchange? So App Exchange is nothing but like a library. Okay, App Exchange is a library. So there are already some developed applications. Salesforce already some predefined, pre-developed applications are there. If you want to use that applications, just we can deploy that applications. We can use it. Okay, just you can type App Exchange here. So many applications you can found here. Okay, for example, I will just type appexchange.salesforce.com. This is nothing but like a library. So already some developed applications are there, Salesforce applications. So if you want to use that applications, you can use it. So you can see, yes, some applications are there. Kanga Composer is there. So what is the use of this Kanga application? You can click on this. You can see what is the use of proposals, codes, account plans, contracts, invoices, or givers. So if you want to implement some like complex quotations and all those things, so some already existing application is there. So you can see what is the charge for this application. $20 per month per user. Okay, we have multiple applications in the App Exchange. If we need to use that applications, we can use deploy and we can use that applications. Okay, so this is a Kanga Composer. So this is knowledge article suggest. Okay, in the Salesforce we have like cases, right? If you once we receive cases, for example, if you receive some similar cases, so we need to create one document, knowledge article document for that case, so that next time if anyone will be, any case will receive, if we receive any case similar like that, So we will send same article document to the multiple customers. So we don't need to spend more time on that case again and again. So that is knowledge article concept. So you can see here, this is a paid applications. These are the free applications. So if any requirements is there, we can use we can buy license if you want to buy like a paid versions. If you want to use free applications, you can use it. Okay, these are the some free applications provided by the Salesforce company, and some paid applications. Okay, so this is like app exchange. App exchange is nothing but a library. Okay, that is nothing but a library. Already some developed applications are there. If you want to use applications, we can use. Okay, if we don't want, then no use. Sometimes if we need to use some, for example, the Salesforce, we don't have a e-signature functionality. So that time we have an app exchange. Some DocuSign functional DocuSign applications are there. What is the DocuSign means? Automatically some e-signature functionality is available in this. You can use these applications. See DocuSign for Salesforce Essentials, e-signatures, electronic signature. So this functionality, if you just we can deploy this application in Salesforce. Or just we can click on get it now. Here we can click on login button. So here we have to provide our Salesforce credentials. For example, if you want to use this application in Sandbox, okay. For example, if you want to use that application in Sandbox, we will provide Sandbox credentials. If you want to use that application in the production, we can use the production credentials. So that based on that our requirement, we can here provide our credentials, and see here you can see install in production, install in Sandbox. So what is the difference between production and Sandbox? Anyone knows what is the difference between what is the Sandbox and what is the production?
Sandbox, is it local and production?
So Sandbox is a Sandbox and production both are the same Salesforce arcs only. Whenever we buy some license, for example, one client came, so they want to use Salesforce application, so they will pay some amount to the Salesforce. They will provide first of all production arc. Okay, they will provide you production arc. Production arc is a real time arc. Okay, in the real time arc, so real time end users will use this application. Real time arc. Okay, this arc will use to the end users. Okay, so real arc. So in the production, we cannot develop any application, we cannot create any fields, we can't create any applications, anything we cannot do. Where we can do applications, where we can write logic, where we can do everything. So in the production, sorry. Okay, so production is a real time arc. Okay, this is a real time, we cannot do anything. So in the production, we create sandboxes. Okay, based on the license, based on the editions we are purchasing, we will get sandbox limits. Okay, what is a sandbox? Sandbox is nothing but a replica of the production. Okay, sandbox is nothing but a replica of production. If you want to develop application, okay, if you want to develop application, you can create dev sandbox. Okay, for example, if you want to test application, if you want to test application, we will use the we will create one more sandbox name is a set a test sandbox. Okay, for example, whatever the applications we have developed in the developer sandbox, we will use a Salesforce. We have some deployment concepts are there. We will use chain sets and tool, Eclipse, some tools is there. Using the tools, we can move our application to the one arc to another arc. Okay, so generally we will develop application in the developer sandbox. We'll move that components and everything into the another sandbox. Then we can create multiple sandboxes, but production will be only one arc. We have multiple sandboxes. Developer sandbox test. What is the generally procedure for the application life cycle? Anyone tell me what is the application life cycle? If you want to develop any application, what is the procedure? Not only Salesforce, if you want to develop any application, the Microsoft application or Oracle application, what is the procedure? First we will develop the application, right? Okay, first we'll develop application, then
We'll test it.
yeah, we will test that application. Then
Deploy to production.
after that, some user needs to test, right? User acceptance test, we need to do something. So that is user acceptance test means nothing but a UAT testing. Like end users will test this application. Once end users is okay with that application, we will deploy to the production. So this is the this. If you take any application, so this is the procedure. Okay, that's why in the Salesforce, production is a real-time arc. Okay, first we will develop application in one sandbox. If that application is developed by the developers, they will move that code or applications to another sandbox using some tools are there, changes and all those things. In the testing sandbox, some testers will be there. They will test that application, like that application is working, validations are working, workflows are working, classes are working or not, visual force pages, triggers. So those are working or not, testers will test that application. If everything is fine, what they will do, testers, yeah, it is fine. So they will move to the code to the UAT. UAT is nothing but a user acceptance test. Okay, their end users will test that application with the real-time data, some real-time data. Once the end users will okay with that code and everything, okay, from this UAT sandbox to production, we will move that applications. Production is a real-time work. So this is a life cycle. Okay, generally, will once we buy the license in the Salesforce, we'll get a production arc. From production only, we'll create the sandboxes like developer sandbox, test sandbox, UAT sandbox, and all those things. So based on the addition, we'll get sandbox limits. Okay, we have different four types of sandboxes available. We'll discuss that in the next topic. So this is a generally life cycle. Clear, right? So generally, if you want to log into the production, we will use a login.salesforce.com URL. Okay, if you want to log into the sales sandbox, we will use the test.salesforce.com URL. Okay, just this is a URL difference. Okay, if you want to work, if you want to see real-time application, we will use the login.salesforce.com URL. So if you want to log into the sandboxes, you will use the test.salesforce.com URL. Okay, then see, for example, uh, if you buy any application or Oracle or anything, we need to pay complete amount. We need to buy. We need to get the license. Okay, just assume, for example, Amazon customer is there. Okay, Amazon customer is there. They want to use Salesforce. Okay, they want to use Salesforce. Okay, they will use because Amazon is a big client. They can pay any amount. Okay, there is not problem for the Amazon. So they will buy the Salesforce license. Okay, they will buy the complete license. They can use the application. Just assume some startup company is there. Startup company name is ABC. Okay, they want to use Salesforce application. Okay, so they want to use application, Salesforce application. They can use that Salesforce application because, see, for example, in the Oracle or Microsoft, we need to pay. There is no type of sample application differences is there, not there. But in the Salesforce, we have one concept called Salesforce editions. Editions means based on the customer how much functionality they need, how much they are paying. Based on that, we need to provide we will provide the Salesforce functionalities. Clear? So in the Salesforce, we have editions, but in the remaining technologies, CRM technologies, there is no concept called editions. So you need to pay complete amount. You need to get the license. Then you need to use the application. There is no based on the, for example, for smaller companies, they will pay less amount. For like big clients, they will pay a huge amount. So that type of functionality is not there in CRM applications, but in the Salesforce, we have editions. So we have editions, means based on the editions amount they are paying, they will get the Salesforce license. You can see here. So we have a contact manager edition, group edition, professional edition, enterprise edition, and performance edition. So these are the Salesforce editions. Okay. Generally, in the, like big clients, Amazon or any healthcare products or any something, they will go with these editions, performance editions or enterprise editions. So performance edition, or we can call it as a unlimited edition. Both are same. Okay. So you can see, observe here. So in the contact manager editions, here the amount is very less. Okay, they need to pay only $5 per month. Okay, so they will pay $5 per month. What Salesforce will provide to the customers? Salesforce will provide this functionality. They will provide accounts and contacts functionality, task and event tracking, Outlook sync, and mobile applications. They will provide. Okay, documents, things, reports, charter, and all those things, social and network. So for example, startup companies, even they will not have that much customers and all those things, so they will go with the contact manager edition or group edition. Because why? Startup companies will not pay even that much amount, right? So they are some they started newly company, how they will pay that huge amount, correct? So that's the reason Salesforce is providing editions based on the client requirement. So they will purchase this license, contact manager, group editions, and all those things. They will use the Salesforce application. Based on their purchasing edition, the Salesforce will provide the functionalities. You can observe here. In the contact manager edition, we'll see these functionalities. Group edition, we can see whatever the functionalities available in the base plus extra these functionalities. Professional edition, mass email and campaigns, dashboards and all those. So enterprise editions, these will use like medium level companies. Almost all the functionalities available here. So in the performance edition, so just remember one thing. Once we join any MNC company or any company, almost okay, 90% will use the performance edition only. Okay, almost we will use the performance edition only. In the real time, if you go anywhere, we will use the performance editions. Only some startup companies or medium level companies, they will buy this license. They will develop applications. They will deploy that applications in the app exchange, or they will sold that applications to any persons. Only some small and medium companies will use the remaining editions, but performance edition, nothing but a unlimited edition, will use the real-time clients or big clients. Even once we join as a Salesforce developer or administrator or anything, so we'll work on the 90% of the times we will work on the only unlimited edition, unlimited edition, or we can call it as a performance edition. Clear, right? Or any doubts regarding editions? Anyone have any doubt regarding editions? Clear? Hello?
Yeah.
Sunit, any doubt on?
So,
Yeah, tell me.
when will the customer be paying to the Salesforce? Is it like annually based on the number of users or?
So you see, you can see like per user, it will charge $5 per month. It will be charged like per month. They can pay either single payment, or they can take 3 years, 4 years agreement. They can do anything based on their requirement.
Okay.
But this charge will be applicable for month.
Okay. So Salesforce will be keeping a track of all the.
Customers, yes, how much like they are paid and how much they need to provide service. So everything we have based on the addition, they will get the functionality.
Okay.
Okay, I think this type of concept is not there any CRM technology, other CRM technologies, as I am guessing, because I don't know about the other CRM technologies. So I'm thinking like that. But remaining CRM technologies, we need to pay complete amount. We need to there we need to pay complete amount. They will provide a complete application. But in the Salesforce, based on the customer paying, they will provide the functionalities. Okay, but till now is clear. Okay, but for example, we are a learners, right? We need to learn Salesforce. So which editions we need to use here? We are so these are the cost, right? We need to pay amount everything. But for learners, which editions we need to use these? For learners who want to learn Salesforce, Salesforce is providing okay, Salesforce is providing developer edition. Okay, so developer edition. So this is a free lifetime arc. Okay, this is a lifetime arc free edition arc. So we can use this arc like a lifetime. Okay, and just remember one thing, if you don't want to expect this arc, so at least every 2 months we need to log in once, so that it will this arc will not expire. Even for example, if you write any Salesforce certifications, either admin, PD1, we have so many certifications in the Salesforce. Okay, admin, PD1, PD2, sales, service cloud, sales cloud, marketing cloud. So you need to link that application with the Salesforce arc, so that time you can use this arc. Okay, even we will create one web accessor account and all those things. So that will come under secondary. Okay, so if you want to practice anything in the Salesforce, we will use the developer edition arc. Okay, this is a free arc only. If you log into Salesforce free developer edition, which URL we will use? We will use like a same URL, like a production. Okay, so this is a free edition, right? So this edition will work like both like a sandbox and production, but Salesforce will not provide two arcs, right, for practicing and all those things. So just we need to think, just we need to assume, and this edition is like a sandbox and production. We can consider like that only, and we need to use that application. So if you want to log into the developer edition, just you can just click just you can specify in the URL developer.salesforce.com. You can see here developer.salesforce.com. Just you can type developer.salesforce.com. So we don't need the remaining all the URLs. Just type developer.salesforce.com. Okay, so this is a Salesforce developer free edition arc. Okay, here you can see like communities are also available. If, for example, in the future, if you have any questions on the Salesforce, you can log into the developer forums. You can ask any questions. Okay, and see, you can see App Exchange. All those are available. So based on our requirement, so we can post any questions. So here some Salesforce people will give applications, answers, and everything. Apex code, all the these are the communities, free communities. Just we need to log in. If you have any doubts on the code, anything, administration, anything, you can post the question. You will get maximum response in like hour or 2 hours. Okay, so that is the forums and all those things. So for example, if you want to log into the developer edition, if you log into the developer edition, just click on sign up button. First, we need to register in this org. Okay, so this is a registration form for the free developer edition account. Okay, so just here we have to give our first name and last name. So I will give a Salesforce. Okay, batch 11. So here we have to provide last name valid. Okay, so for example, this is my I am giving this name, and email ID I will give like my personal email ID. Vara SFBC 1 at rate of gmail.com. So here we have to provide our Gmail account or any email account only. Okay, so here you can take any role. Company name you can give any sample company name. I will give like ABCD. Okay, you can take any country, so that based on the country only we can see timings and everything in the record detail page everywhere. So I will provide here India. So postal code you can give anything, 0 at 0, anything. So if you want to log into the Salesforce, once you sign up, register here, next time onwards, see here you need to specify the username. So I will use like a Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce, let's say at rate of salesforce.com. Okay, this is my username. So for example, next time onwards, if I want to log into Salesforce developer edition, I will use login.salesforce.com URL. This is a username. Okay, click on send me up button. So once we click on send me up button, so whatever the email we have mentioned in the form, we'll receive an email like for confirmation to verify our account and to reset our password. So I will open my email ID here. You can see receive email like this. So welcome to Salesforce, verify your account. So this is the URL. Next time onwards, if you want to use Salesforce, if you want to log into the developer edition, we have to use the login.salesforce.com URL. Okay, so this is the username. Just click on verify account. So here we have to provide a new password. Okay, and if you want to give any questions, you can give. Okay, I will give. Click change password. So once you click on change password in the Salesforce, we have two user interfaces. One is Lightning UI and another one is classic user interface. So whenever we are logging at the first time, by default it will move to the Salesforce Lightning user interface. Okay, this is a Lightning user interface. So just we'll move to the classic now. We'll discuss what is the Lightning UI and all those things later. Okay, this is the classic user interface. So we discussed, right, what is the SaaS and PaaS. So you can observe here whatever the applications is provided by the Salesforce. If you open sales application, so these are the objects available, layers, account, contacts. So these are nothing but as this is called as this is like a app menu, application menu. These are the standard functionalities, standard applications. These are the app exchange, community, Trailblazer. If you want to practice some Salesforce trailers and all those things, we have community here. Okay, these are the applications. So this is nothing but a what is this? This is SaaS or PaaS? What is this?
Pass.
PaaS or SaaS?
We can create our own application, so it is pass, I guess.
So if you want to if you want to use if you want to develop anything, we will use a PaaS. But we are developing anything here, or we are using existing application.
Yeah, this is software as service SaaS.
Software as a service, right? So we are using just existing application. These are the existing applications. These are the existing. These are the stand applications. These are the stand objects. If you open any object, you can see when click on new button. Those are the standard buttons. These are the standard fields. Everything is standard. Everything is provided by the Salesforce. Okay. If you want to create our own application or our own custom application, custom objects, and all those things, where we can develop SaaS or PaaS.
PaaS.
So if you want to move SaaS to PaaS, how we can move?
Switch
We have
to
setup button here, right here. So once we click, whenever we click on setup button, we can observe here in the left side. Okay, you can observe when like force.com will come here. You can see here. This is like a force.com. Okay, whenever you click on setup button, automatically UI will change. Here you can see this is administrator things. What is administrator things means? If you want to create Salesforce users, if you want to create roles, profiles, public groups, everything, if you want anything administrator will do, they will do everything in the this section. They can load data, they can update data. Okay, so like they can use applications level security, sharing security, field level security. So everything will come under the administrator section. Okay, this is like a point and click. Okay, this is like a point and click. Just we can configure it. This is a configuration. So if you want to create a new classes or new objects, anything, we can use the build menu. See, you can see where you can use new applications, new labels, objects, picklets, packages. What is the packages? Packages is nothing but a Salesforce already developed applications. Just now we saw, right, app exchanges. So once you deploy that app exchange packages in the Salesforce, that app packages is available in this packages. Here you can see once you deploy that all this. So every customization thing will do in the build menu. You can create new applications and all those things. So this is like a deployment. If you want to move a component from one arc to another arc, we will use the deployment section. But this is a free arc, right? Here we cannot perform any deployments and all those things. This arc is like a sandbox as well as a production. We need to think like that only. Salesforce is not providing for the learners two arcs. Okay, this is a monitor section. Here we can, if you have any batch apex, any time-based workflows, anything, you can monitor all those things here. Okay, going forward, you can understand everything. So just now, if you want to understand what is SaaS and PaaS, so this is the PaaS. Here you can create anything. Okay, if you want to move SaaS again, how we can move? Just you can open any click on any tabs. So see, you can observe here. So this is nothing but a SaaS. Here you can create records and all those things. Clear regarding SaaS and PaaS? Any questions? Okay, this is the application menu. This is a setup. Why we will set up? If you want to convert from SaaS to PaaS, we will use the setup. For example, if you want to convert like classic to lightning, we will use this button, switch to lightning experience button. Okay, this is your personal details. Whoever log in the user, they want to check their profile, their settings, and they want to write some code, we will use the developer console. Here also we can switch to lightning experience. If you want to log out, you can click on log out button. So this is like a high level overview of the demo and org. So let me know if anyone have any questions or clear. Let me know.
Can I know the difference between the classic and lightning experience?
So you can see now, observe here. So I will open another same page in another arc. So I will open same account tab in a lightning experience. You can observe now what is the difference. You can easily understand what is the difference between this. Click on account tab. Click on new button. See, the main thing is in the lightning, everything like this is like a rich UI. Okay, so in a classic, UI is not that much good. This so when Salesforce launched at the first time, they are using classic only. Last 2-3 years onwards, so customers they want to some fast response and everything. They want some better UI, so that's why Salesforce launched lightning.
Okay.
So you can observe so here we can create this.
Which will be more suitable for mobile, highly responsive.
Exactly. Yeah. Highly responsible application, lightning applications.
Okay.
Nowadays, almost clients are also moving lightning. Most of them are. Okay. So any doubts, anyone? Let me know if you have any questions on that this year.
So for this developer version, they don't charge us anything. It's like a trial.
Yeah, it's a free org, lifetime free org, this org. Yeah, it will not expire.
It will not expire. Okay.
Yeah, here also we can create users multiple, like this is a free org. They will not provide complete functionality like editions. So here we can create only maximum 2 users and 2-3 users on, that's it. Even we can load maximum very less data, like 200 MB data and all those things, because this is a free org now. This data also will save in Salesforce servers, right? So that's why they are providing some limitations.
Okay.
But all the functionality in the real time, whatever you do, same everything will do in this org as well. So clear, right? Any other questions?